Brother Dan has made maybe 20 to 30 memes about the Chris Rock.
Not 20 to 30, but I've made so many memes.
They're good.
Yeah. Stay tuned to this channel. We will present the memes in a video form.
Hey, he took it in stride.
Oh man, he took
Not every day you get smacked on live television.
And there's a moment when he's like, I could, and then he said, and then you can see him say, nope, don't go there. And I think the comedian in him would have ripped him a new asshole for an hour straight. He could have taken him down and like tore him up as a comedian if it was like his show and his stage. But he's like, I could, and then he looked at and he's like, nope, I gotta keep going, be professional.
He's like, but show must go on. He continued the monologue.
But he could have
award.
Dude didn't even touch his cheek.
No, he never touched his face once.
He was a man. And I mean, how way the leaf was this? I mean, just imagine if he had thrown up Duke as he walked up, there would have been a melee. It would have been like there would have been so many people in suits rushing the stage to separate these people.
I think it's really telling that he laughed. His immediate response was laughter, like heartfelt laughter, and then he's like, "Oh shit, you're not happy? Well, let me fucking." And I think that is the most primitive mindset. I think that those dynamics are so goddamn god awful, ridiculous, and I think shame on both of them. You know what?
A
comedian's job is to put you in your place. A comedian's job is to make you sit with your own.
No.
That's their job.
Comedy does have claws. Comedy has barbs. It does sting.
It's supposed to be paralyzing. Ryan's right. It should be paralyzing.
But you're allowed to voice your displeasure. You're allowed to walk out. You're not allowed to walk up and slap a man.
No, never.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So Josh. Yeah, so like if I just talked about Josh's weenus and not talked about it, his punch would have been completely unacceptable. But the fact that I touched his weenus and violated his personal space, he can punch me all he wants.
Right. So how was that, Ryan? Was it a firm punch? Was it like? Whoa,
oh yeah, it was. It reminded me of like middle school. He punched me like right in the chest.
I haven't had my weenus touched since middle school.
He was not proud of himself. It was a low moment in our lives, but like we got over it.
All right. So imagine instead if Will Smith had stood up, said, "Fuck you, keep my wife's mouth out your fucking mouth," threw down his chair, took his wife's hand, and walked off and said, "FedEx me the award if I win," and just walked the fuck off. Ooh. How awesome would that have been?
That would have been hella awesome.
Pacifist. I mean, so kudos. So cheers to Chris Rock for not fucking.
For not
throwing hands. For not throwing hands. He was in his right to swing back.
He followed the way of the leaf.
He fully and completely did, but I do believe he was contractually obligated to. And that moment he was like, he just said, I could, and then he stopped himself. There's a lot going on. She's publicly admitted to like affairs and shit. Like she's a weird person, and like he could have just gone. He could have gone so many places, and I watched him. Yeah, of course.
Wasn't it actually the way of the Rock?
The way of the Rock. Yes.
Well, imagine if let's say The Rock. Would Will Smith have walked up and slapped The Rock? Or if Amy Schumer had made that joke, would he have walked up and slapped Amy Schumer? I mean,
that's
a good point. Yeah, for sure.
At what point do you defend your wife's honor to that degree where you're slapping a performer doing a thing on stage?
It's unheard of.
Yeah, there you go.
It is unheard of. I mean, Chris Rock has taken on
these chapters.
This guy's made the craziest jokes about everyone. There's no celebrity Chris Rock will not just take down with his humor. Yeah. And like he's never probably felt the fear of someone walking up and attacking him on stage.
That was a long walk too. I gotta say. I'm not.
I thought, yeah.
I was like
It
so
was like
on
8
board.
steps.
Bring us back to the fucking books a moment ago, and then.
I mean, he didn't give him a warning that he was going to get attacked. If he would, like, man code is you walk up and, man code would have been you walked up with your fist up and be like, fuck you, man, let's go.
I'm about to hit you.
Yeah, what, you want some of this? You want some of this? But to just have your hands down in your pocket and then just like slap.
Well, and
It was crazy.
The final weirdness to me is that he just went back to his seat right in the front row, right in front where he just sat there and won an award 15 minutes later. He should have been escorted off the property. What we saw was an assault.
Fucking straight up assault. And then he was like later on partying.
Escorted off of the fucking property.
He's like he's like a Hollywood Putin. Everyone's afraid of him. Just wielding power. Like a despot, like a Hollywood despot. I'm gonna take you down. Slap!
Didn't you
slap? Sorry.
Wait, Ryan, what did 5 fingers say to the face?
Slap! With my stubby arms, I'm literally hitting my own face to do the joke. Slap!
I would have preferred the peppermint patty. I'll give you 5 reasons to shut your fucking mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice.
Yeah, that's like